Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Cloud and Data with Question. So today our agenda is we have to create one end-to-end machine learning project. We have to create, okay? So project name is that Diamond Price Prediction. And in this project, I have covered all of the aspects, right? So like end-to-end solution means create the machine learning algorithms, create the model, deploy the model, and using the web application. So you can see I already have added all that agenda that what we are going to cover in these projects, right? So our project name is Diamond Price Prediction, and this project I have means one separate video I have created. So first we have to create the project setup. Okay, once the project is set up, then we have to create that algorithm part. We have to create the Flask environment to run the applications and deploy our model of this application. Okay, and you have already seen that how what I am going to use. We are going to use the Python. We are going to use the Flask and some Linux commands, and the libraries that I'm going to use that is pandas and sklearn and algorithm that is linear regression model that I'm going to use over here. And this is will be the application. Not only I am going to create the Jupyter notebook and I'll create and export the model. No. After creating that repository, after creating that entire environment, I have to create all the aspect. And also you can see that ML ops I also followed that email flow that I will cover. And deployments, you can see I will use that AWS App Runner. Okay. So AWS deployment and the automated via the GitHub action. So lots of things that I'm going to cover in this end-to-end projects. So you can I have to use all of the things in separate videos, right? So in this video that I'm going to cover how we are create that entire that project setup, because project setup is very important in this project. And once the project is set up, then we are step by step I'm going to proceed and going to create all of the aspects like model, also be creating creating the artifacts and all of the things that I'm using that GitHub code base, right? So GitHub code base is there. You no need to go any other manual installation, or you no need to go in a local system. You have to you have to ready for your local environment. Then all of the things. No, I am going to create a GitHub code space. So this is my agenda of this video. So one by one, I'm just going to cover. So just first I have to write what I'm going to create. So first you can see the project is our this is our diamond price prediction. Diamond price prediction. Okay, this is my project name, and this project is divided. So you can see first I'm going to create the project setup. Project setup, and then I'm going to create the application. You take the model creation, and export our model. And then you can see that next we are going to create the web application part. Once the web application is done, then we have to deploy the web application. Deploy that web application via deploy the web application in AWS App Runner, and the process will be automated. You can see GitHub action is there. So GitHub action, and we also cover the MLOps part. So just I'm going to write GitHub action. Also using all of the things like Docker for containerization, and also we are building that MLOps, ML flow. Okay, ML flow. So this is entire agenda of this end-to-end project. So the topic is very simple, but that entire solution that I'm going to create, that part is something different, and I'm just going to cover all this aspect. So the first, just we have to create the project setup part. So first we have to create the project setup, and you can see this is my repository where end-to-end machine learning ML flow, okay, and my code space is there. This is my GitHub code space where I am going to create all of the aspect, and all of the things will be covered via that automated process, okay. Everything will be automating. So we just, I'm not going to create that files, folders manually, okay. I'm just going to create everything via some script, and the script will be generated, and then we are going to cover all the things. So I hope the agenda that I'm going to cover in this session is clear to everyone. And if you have any doubt, so please let me know. So because this is some lengthy process, okay. So anywhere you just face some problem, you just concern that topic. So I just stop over there, and I will try to accomplish your problem. So trying to solve that, and then going forward, okay. So this is that process that I'm going to follow, and everything I'm going to create in my GitHub code space. So you can see this is my repository. It's empty currently. There is no other files. This is very empty repository, right? And creating that code space, you all know that how we are going to create. So you can see that new code space part, and once the code space part is there, you can see this type of window will appear, right? So here you have to mention the repository, you have to mention the branch name, the region, and machine type. So everything will be adding. So you add the repository, right? ML flow in my case. So it's my repository, that end-to-end machine learning with ML flow, okay. Once you select it, so automatically you can see the branch is only one branch is present currently. So that is my main branch, and also the region by default Southeast Asia, and machine type that I'm using the two code machines, okay. And create your code space, so it will automatically coming in that place, okay. And your GitHub repository is connected with that code space. So anything you can write over here, na? So anything, any file you have created, any folders have been created. So no need to worry about how can we add in the repository. It will automatically add it. You can see it, the source control is added over there. So once you have add any file, like I'm just going to add for the demo purpose, like abc.txt, or you can like demo.txt file I'm adding. And then you can see in the source control, there is one changes is coming, right? So once you commit the changes, so it will be appear in your repository, okay. So I hope as of now is whatever I'm going to discuss, that is okay to all of you. If you have any concerns, please let me know, and then we'll going to proceed, okay. That lots of thing I'm going to cover in this project. So this is very a crucial and end-to-end application. So you have to understand the concept. So in this way, we can learn and grow together, and you can understand the entire process, right? So I hope up to that, whatever I am going to discuss, that is over, and that is you can understand this process, right? There are some Git comments that I'm using over here. So just if you want to install, if you want to configure this is in your local system, so you have the repository, and in that once you have the repository, so the very first command in your local system that you are going to use, the git init, okay, and the git will be initialized in your local system, and any changes like demo.txt, any changes you are going to add, then you can add git add. This is the git comments, okay. So entire comments that I'll add and I will share with the repository, so no need to worry about the comments. And this is the comment like git add dot, or either you can use git add a file name, the individual file name, demo.txt or abc.txt, anything you can add over there. So, and then you have to check the status, and once the status is showing that your local repository is added all the things, then you can add git commit and -m, and you have to add some comments over there, right? Some comments. And once the comments is done, then you have to configure all the things earlier. So after that, you have to git push, and your origin is whatever the origin, like master or dev, any branches that you can push. So this is the some very easy command, easiest comments of Git, right? So if you want to configure this system in your local environment, then you can follow these Git comments, obviously. So your local repo and your repository, that will be mapped together, right? So this is the Git comments that is used. So just you can write fast initialization of Git. So first initialization of your Git. I'm just writing of the all of the comments so you can understand. And any changes you can add. Okay. Either dot means all changes, means all changes, or individually you can add file name, all are okay. So instead of doing this txt, you can also comment, or you can also write that you can also add inside the readme.comment file, okay. So this is your readme.comment .md file. Here you can also write the steps. Instead of demo.txt, you can add all the things, like you can control X and also add here, okay. So this will be showing, okay. So end-to-end machine learning project, git add, and check the status, check the git status, any file updated or not. And once the status is okay, right, then you can comment, you can commit your changes, your changes with appropriate comment, so everyone can understand, what the changes you made, so then you can push your changes in your Git repo. Then you can push your changes in Git repo with particular branch, okay. Whatever the branch you have So this is some comments if you want to initialize in your local system, right? I hope up to that you all can understand the Git comments. That is very easy, and once you make some changes, right? I made some changes. I made some changes. I'm just showing you that I have added one line over there, demo.txt, and you can see that readme is updated and m means modified, u means untracked, right? You have to track it. Then my changes, updated my very first changes, okay? Once you commit, it asks that there is no stage changes to commit. Would you like to stage all the changes? Okay. So as of now, I'm okay with the yes. So you can yes, and your changes is added in the repository. You can also sync your changes, so that will be mapped your repo and your code space, right? So your changes is added, and you can see in the source control there is no any other file name is showing. That means my code space and my GitHub repo that is updated, right? And if you go over there and you can just refresh your page, this is my repository, right? And you can see demo.txt is present, and also some comments that I'm going to write over here. That file I will modify, no issue. So as just for the example purpose, I am going to add these lines. You can understood that Git repository and your Git code space that is synced currently, right? So I have used all the comments over there, right? So this is the first you have to understand that the linkage, the linking system, right? How the code space and the GitHub repository is added. So here you can update each and every comments, and also this is the Linux environment. So any Linux comment is working over here, like I'm right pwd, right? Just very basic comments, all of the things. So you can see this is my present working directory is showing, right? And if you write who am I, so this is my code space, right? So this kind of comment is working. So that's why I've chosen the code space. So is Linux is very easy to handle all of the things other than the Windows, because we can obviously use all of the things via comments. Okay. So I hope as of now everything is understand, means it all of you, right? If you have any problem, please let me know. So after that I will go to proceed the next step, right? So because the project creation or project setup is very initialized and very is important stage of this kind of project. So it's a demo of end-to-end machine learning projects. Okay. So I'm not going to create only Jupyter notebook and all of the stuff, rather than everything in the industry standard, how it is working in the MN engineer's job, right? How they handling all of the things that is here and that is discussed with you. So I hope you can understand the concept, right? The very first concept of Git, and then how can we add it all the things, right? And now, first thing that we are going to start, we have to create one setup file, right? init.setup file. So before going to create that file, I just added these things so you can understood. This is coming under the project setup part. Okay. So what I'm going to write, that is init underscore setup.sh. Okay. Setup.sh. So this file, I will add all of that comments or script inside one file, the shell script, right? .sh means shell script. Okay. I will add all of the things and I will run this command. So at a time, whatever our requirement is, that what we are going to install, what we are going to add, so everything will be configured over there via init underscore setup.sh. Okay, so one by one, I am not going to add the comments. So instead of that, I'm going to create one sh file, right? So I'm just adding over here. So just click on the new file and you can add init underscore setup dot sh. Okay, your file is creating, right? You can see untracked. Okay, so I have created this file and here I have to add some comment over here. Okay, so the comment is that echo and your this is the comment. I already have this comment, so no need to write one by one, so it will take time consuming. So you can see I already have these projects and this is my 1 minute, and this is my init setup.sh file. Okay, init.setup.sh file. Okay, and just copy this file, just copy all the things and add it here. Yes, I already created this project, and then because then that will help you all of guys. Okay, and you can see. So I just discuss these things. So first we have to echo the date. This is a print command, right? Echo in the Linux environment, right? What I'm going to create that with the date, create environment with Python 3.8 version. Okay, and I have the conda comments. So conda create and this environment, the virtual environment that is using Python 3.8 and -y means yes, I'm going to install the virtual environment over here. And once my virtual environment is done, then it printing that activating the environment. So one comment and then I will add one string. So it will understand the comment is running or not. Okay, and then your source will be, you can activate your environment, and once your environment is activated, then you can add that installing the requirements, right? And I have that requirements.txt. You have to create this one, requirement.txt, and then this process will be end. This is the start. That script is starting from here and end over here. Okay, and between that some comments will be added. So one by one, this will be adding over here. Okay. So echo means it will print, right? You will not understood the echo command, right? So echo will print the start. It's a print comment, okay? And then the date with the help, and it will print the date also and creating the environment comments, okay? And then conda will create the environment. This is the agenda of creating the setup file. And then you have to execute the command, right? So you just write over here bash and init underscore setup dot sh. Okay, and just hit, you can see that start, it will printing from here. Okay, start and creating environment with Python. And now the next command will be creating that all the necessary downloading the packages, all of the things, it will be created. Okay, so it's easy to manage, is easy to understand. Okay, and we don't have any requirement file. Okay, and that's why that there is no such requirement file is there. Okay, so you can understood what why I'm going to add all the things. So you can also see the shell script tutorial over here if you don't not familiar. So like shell script tutorial. So you can see the shell scripting tutorial. So you can take help from here. So there is entire shell script tutorial is there. So echo, read, these all are very basic comments. Okay. So in the tutorial points, you can understand all of the things. Okay. So this is the basics comment, basic script that I'm going to add it over here. Okay. And it's very easy. Echo means it will print the start comment, means whatever is right now. So what I'm going to do that I'm not understood. So in the console it will print. So that is the reason I have added. And there is no such file requirement because I'm not going to create these things. Requirement.txt. Once I will add, then it will take. And here I will add the dependency in the requirement.txt file. Okay. And then it will be adding over here. So this is very useful comments that you can use, and everything I will add over here. Okay. So init underscore setup.sh file, and you have to create all of the things. So instead of take one by one liner, I am going to create one wrapper, and inside the wrapper I am going to add all of the things. Okay, it's showing the message on top of the terminal, right? So I hope as of now you can understood why I'm going to first and first thing that I'm just creating the environment. You can see environment, and that is the virtual environment that we're going to create over here. Okay, in that folder, in that repository, the virtual environment I'm going to create, and that is the reason I'm going to use the Conda. Conda create the virtual environment. Okay, so you can also see that Conda tutorial. So getting started with Conda, you can see this is the repository, this is the tutorial that you are going to add. You are going to take help from that, all of the comments, the installation and configuration, the task, everything is there, right? So if you want to learn more, then please go through that, all of the tutorial, and from the official website, right? The sales script is also be there, and also that Conda part that I'm going to cover over. Okay. Yes, yes. Everything is going to start from very scratch. Okay. And then you can understood whatever I have did, that is different, and I will just add, I will all of the things I will add in the recording sessions. Okay, so in front of you I am going to create all of the things. Okay, so you can see your environment. First task is environment is ready, so just I'm going to write first task, our environment is created, means virtual environment is created via shell script or bash script, right? Via script or bash script. Okay, so with the help of bash scripting, I'm going to create my virtual environment. This is the first task that I've done. Next thing is that we are going to create that folder structure. Also, this process I'm going to use some comments, and it will automatically create the folder structure. Okay, no need to create one by one all of the things. Everything is the automated process, and I'm just going to cover and trying to add all of the things so you can learn new things in the machine learning project, how that in industry standard that kind of project is working, right? And just check the pip list also be there. You can see some dependencies and all of the things. So you can see pip list. there are some kind of dependencies are there, right? So you can see this is a pip. If you write pip list, na, then everything is coming over here. So whatever the comments, whatever the dependencies are there, the pip, whatever the dependency we can install via pip, this is showing over here. Okay. So just write pip list and your list will be available. Okay. And you have to activate your environment. I'm not going to activate the environment now. Second task, pip list to, I'm just adding over here to show that dependencies which is running via pip command. Okay. Second or third thing that we have to activate. First environment is created. We show the pip list. That means the dependencies that URL lib, torch, everything is available over there in the pip list. Okay. Whatever our requirement is that we have to going to configure in the requirement.txt. Okay. Next, we have to activate the environment. Okay. Because environment is created but not activated. So I have to activate the environment. Is there any comment they have added? Yes. So the comment is source activate and then env. Why env? Because this is the env and you have created that env command set. Yes, so environment is activated over here. Okay, you can see now this is my environment. In the first bracket, the environment name is coming, and then my terminal comments are coming. Okay, so you have to activate this. So I hope this part is clear to all of you, right? If you have any doubts, any questions, so please let me know so we can going to address all of the queries. And if you want to add in your repository, you will just go over here and add my init underscore setup.sh. Okay, added in my repository. So this is the new changes, new file is coming, and also it is showing you means untracked. So you have to make it track. So just commit it. And would you like to stage? Yes. And then it is in your repository and you have to make some sync your changes. So anything you can add, it will be reflected. And this action basically told the pull and push commits from origin main, right? So it will be synced over here. Okay. So earlier I have also shown. So your repository is clean. No any files or no any new things are going to commit over here. So just check, just go and refresh the page. Next, you can see your init underscore setup.sh file is there. Okay. Okay, I hope you can understand these steps. This process is very lengthy. It's taking so much time. All of the stuff I'm going to. So that's why I've created the separate. I will create the separate session. So one by one. So in this session, I'm just going to create the project setup part, and then next session I'm going to create other stuff. Okay. Otherwise, it will be mess. We cannot understood properly with the recordings, right? So in the first recording that I'm going to use all of the comments, then that will be added in your whole recording session. Okay. And that you can understood these steps. Okay. And one thing that git ignore this file also be created means whatever we are not going to check in the Git. So you can add the Git ignore file and you have to add over there. So this is the templating you can get over here, right? In your repository, if you add all of the things. And this is the git ignore file you can see. So all of the stuffs are there. So any what is not required, I'm not going like dependencies, environment. I'm not going to add over here because the virtual environment or any stuffs what is not required, you have to just put in the git ignore command, okay? And then it will be ignored, okay? Git will ignore to check in and check out or pull or push method, okay? They are not going to add. And this is your license, that MIT license, that you have this license in your repo. These all of the stuffs is there, okay? I hope as of now you can understood. So please make sure that these all comments, please make sure these all comments are not working in Windows environment, ENV. Everything is going to, I'm going to use that Linux environment, and that is the reason instead of writing all of the things, configuring my local system, I'm just creating the code space. So here you can create all of the things and then it will be checked in your repository, right? Any questions as of now? Do you have any questions or any points? Now next thing is that I'm going to create one template.py, and this template.py, whatever we are going to create all of the file and folder, right? In this project that I'm going to add in the template.py file. I will file and add all the files and folders script, and it will automatically create all the files and folders. Okay. So just I'm creating template, and that is template.py. Okay. This file, I'm going to add all that files and folders, whatever I require. It's very easy step. First, we have to set up our virtual environment. I have to activate my environment, and then I'm going to add some template, whatever is required. Then I'm going to add over here, and we have to activate this template also, means we are creating the templating. So entire projects folder structure that will be creating. Okay. So how we can create? Now I'm just going to add all the file, all the comments over there. So this is my template.py file, okay? And just copy and go and paste over there, because all of the things I'm not going to add manually, all of the things is there. So first I'm going to understand what is there. So I have to import the OS, the operating system, right? And the path. So from the path lib, you can import your path and it will create the dynamic path, okay, of your. So you can see that package name is my diamond price prediction, okay? And then my list of files, I'm just minimize all the things. So this is your list of files. That means I require in the SRC, in SRC folder, it will create that .py initialized init.py file will be created. It will create the components, it will create the data ingestion.py. It everything will be creating that empty file, right? But the structure will be creating over here, okay? And you can see that pipelines folder will be creating. We have the components folder, we have the pipelines folder, okay? So this all of the things will be adding at a glance, okay? And this is your setup.py, one file is also required, and init setup.sh and requirement.txt, okay? So everything will be creating. So just write, or you can add template.py, and this folder structure, this kind of project structure is you can say it is common to most of the projects, right? You can add all of the things, just writing your folder and file name, then the process is same, okay? So this is the template.py file you have to create, and this file list of files you have to add over here. And then here we'll create a directory, right? You can see I am taking one for loop like file path and list of files. I have the list of files. I already told you everything will be created dynamically. I'm not going to create manual process. So this is the script where you can add what is your requirement, okay? And once your requirement is done, or if you added all the requirements, then you can add in your you can run the command. So it will gather all the information from that template.py file and it will add. Okay, so you can say you can create the directory, file directory, and everything is connecting over here. Okay, so you have to create, like, it's a most function oriented. Okay, you have to create some functions, you have to create the for loops, and then it will be automatically creating your project structure, right? This is the project structure. I'm not going to create repeatedly. I told same thing. So I'm not going to create all of the things in the manual process. This is simple your script based methodology, okay? You have to create some script, you have to add all of the things, and then it will be adding over here, okay? You can see that everything will be adding over here, okay? And how it will be creating? So main is that if it is exit directory, it will not create, okay? Waste.make directory will not raise an error and it will do nothing. So all of the things will be handled over here, and if everything is going to okay, means everything is ready, everything is good, then it will create. Otherwise it will showing that file already exit. So these steps you have to follow. You have to create your template.py file and you have to add all of the comments, okay? Okay. And we have git keep folders also be in the workflows. They will create the git and .git keep folder, and inside the pipeline the init. So you notice one thing in the components in on pipeline, whatever you can go utils. So one underscore init underscore .py file is common, okay? So that is common to each and every folder. Okay, so initialize that component structure and all of the things, and then rest of the things are different. So what I'm going to create of that, if my script is run, then components pipeline and utils folder. I'm just writing over here so we can understand. If my script will run, then components, your pipelines and utils folders will be created. Okay. So this will create, I am adding, will create that virtual env. Okay. And then we have to create template.py, template.py, list of files. It will create all the files and folders dynamically. Dynamically. So the one question is there, why it is path, right? So this path will convert our system generate path. Okay. So dynamically you will handle the location, the path. Okay. I'm not going to create one by one the path or all of the things, right? You have to import the path and then it will be adding. Okay. Like here, and yes. So here I'm not going to add. So you have to import your path and then it will dynamically adding. So just now your my screen is the font is increased, right? You can understood. And it will create or it will generate the system compatible path. Okay. And it will the slash path. Okay. Just forward slash, backward slash, that you know, right? So it will always return me the backward slash path. Okay. So this is that is the reason everything is handled over here. So template.py file. Here you can see that if I'm taking one condition, right? So OS.path.exits is not present, na? Or any other condition not satisfied, then it will execute, right? If not, okay, and then it will open the path as means alive, if, and then it will create, it will pass. Okay, otherwise it will showing that file already exists. They exist. That is the reason, because you have to handle the if else condition, right? So any file is exist. If I will run the comments repeatedly, then it will not create. Once it will be creating, then it will handle dynamically. That is the reason I have added all the things. You not understood that path file, right? So right. So do one thing, na. You have. I'm just going to create one paste.py. And in the test dot, this is a core module, import OS, okay. And your path, you can see, I'm just going to add this path. Just copy this one, okay. And you can write, just understood that functionality, dot split, and you can write the path. So just I'm going to execute, and then you understood that path, how it will be broken, and it will give me the separate that slash and notebooks, all the things, right? So it's not required in your project. For your understanding purpose, I'll create that test.py, okay. So for your understanding purpose of path module, core module, okay, core module, I just create one test.py, and it will show the output, and we can run this test.py. We can write via Python test.py, and it will print, okay. So just write Python test.py. You can just write Python test.py, and you can see, right, the split, the path will be splitting, right? Notebook, research, IP1B, right? So that is the reason the path module is coming. So it will create that. This is not required. Test.py is not required. This for your understanding purpose, I'm going to create. You understood, right? This concept. Now next thing that I'm adding over here for one concept, directory and file is equal to, I can write same thing, ways.path dot split, and your path, and you can write ways dot mkdir and directory you can add, and you can write with open, and you can write file as if, and then it will pass, same thing. So this is understood, right? It's clear to all of you, right? Please let me know. So that is the reason I'm adding this thing. This is just for a concept, okay, not required in the project. I repeatedly told, so you can understood this slash, you have to split all of the things, and then we can add all of the things over here, right? So in the directory, you can add the file path, you can print. So Waze and path is a core module. Once the Python is available, na? So you no need to install these things. It's a core module, okay, of Python. You can add, you can show these things, okay. And let's run this, let's run this thing again. So Python test.py. So what it will create? It will create one directory, that is notebook. You can see, create test.py is not mkdi. I think mk. Yes, so that is make directories. Now run, and you can see notebook will be created, right? So same thing I will create over here. So dynamically create the notebook, okay? So you understood now how it will work. So I just write python test.py, and this is my test.py file, and it will create the notebook over here, okay? So same thing whenever I going to execute the template.py file, na? So everything will be installing and everything will be displaying over here, the structure, in the folder structure that I mentioned. I repeatedly told that this folder structure you have to mention over here. So in future, I'm going to automate this process. That is the main agenda of creating this kind of projects. Okay, so you have to automate the process. I'm not going to create manually all the things. You have to automate the process, and that is the reason everything is going to create via script. Okay, now you understood. So it's not required. I just delete this thing. Now I will forget to add one thing in the test.py. Like I first create this thing, Python test.py. It will create a notebook. Okay. Now again, if I will run this command, it will throw an error. Okay. How we can handle these things? So just write Python test.py, and you can see file exist notebook, right? So this kind of thing we have to handle in our code. Okay. Like you can you just add over here, na? So exist okay is equal to true. And now you again run this command python test.py, just enter. You are not getting any error because it handle with the one line, right? Exist okay true. You are not going to get any kind of error over here. Okay, so all of the things that I have added in the template.py, and repeatedly I told this is for your understanding purpose how this directories, all of the things is working, and that is the reason I have created one separate test.py file, and I've added all the comments, all and how it is working. Okay, so you have to split and it will create all of the things over here. Okay. So here you can see if Waze.path not exist, and these two conditions are there. Waze path not exist, is not exist, or get size, the file path means 0, is equal to 0 means no file is there. Get size means the file size, right? If it is 0 means the file is not created, and then it will execute. Okay, otherwise it will show that file already exists, and then we have to run this template.py script. So I hope this you can understood. I will delete it because it's not required. Everything will be creating from this script, and rest test.py let be there. Let it be there. And now what our agenda? We have to execute this template.py file. Okay. You have to create the template.py. You have to clear your screen. So your same command Python template.py. Okay. Just hit. Okay. All of the things are creating. You can see at a single shot. I'm going to create all of the things. Okay. So go to the SRC. You can see our components file, whatever I mentioned, right? There is no script over there. I just creating the file. I told I'm not going to add anything. So you can see components, you can see the pipelines, you can see the utils, everything are going to generate. Okay, with this command. So this will very useful uh, in your machine learning end-to-end project creation. So you can create the SRC, everything will be created. Okay, your requirement.txt, your setup.py, and also see the 19 new things are coming in the source control. That means new files, new components, or new things is adding over here, and that's the reason in source control showing 19. So I hope you can understand and this process, right? So adding this thing, so 9 run via Python template.py. Okay, once it execute, then everything will be adding over here. Okay, now I'm going to add one by one. Now I'm going to add now in my repository. Now I am going to add in my rep. Okay, template files are added. Okay, just commit it and okay, sync it. So no new changes are there. Everything is changed, and you can see there is no untracked you commit. Nothing is there, right? So everything is up to date with my repository. Just go over here and just press the hit and just update, and you can see your repository is up to date. But there is no new files are not there, right? There is no files. Files are there, but there is no content inside the file, right? I'm not going to add anything. You can see only the empty files and files are there, right? Pipelines, util, exception, logger, everything is there. So I'll add one by one. So all of the things that you will understood this process. Okay. Any questions as of now? I hope it's clear to all of you. It's very simple step, na? I just adding all the steps over there and also add that repository, it means add this step. So steps.txt I will also add, like we add the requirement.txt. Okay, and just add one file that is your step by step.txt, step by step.txt, and you can add all the things over here. Just go and paste. Okay, no new things, you can understood. New change, all steps are added, simple thing, and you can make it commit. Okay, so you have to you have this kind of knowledge, right? So it will help you a lot to understand the concept. And here I am going to create every steps I already told, and every time I told the same thing, but it's true that you have to understood these steps and process. So repeatedly I told what the steps, whatever I'm going to follow from the scratch, that I have to remember. First, I have the empty repository, bare minimal setup is there. You can see only git ignore license and readme file also be there. And then I have created one template init underscore setup.sh. In order to activate or create, first I have to create the virtual environment. Once my virtual environment is done, is created, then I have to activate the environments. So once how you can understood that environment is activated or not. So you can see this, that in the first bracket, right? You can see your environment is coming, right? That means that process is activate, the environment is activate. And then your command prompt means whatever your directory path is there, that is coming. And next it's main. Main is your branch, COSI, they, and this is your directory path, right? Workspace, end-to-end machine learning, and this is your environment. These three things are categorized for a modern architecture, right? So your environment is ready. Once your environment is ready, everything is processed. So I added the bash command. So bash init underscore setup.sh. You also see I have added these things, running virtual environment created by the bash script, and you added one more line over here, so you can understood bash script and command with bash init underscore setup dot sh. Okay, so this is the command I add, and then your environment was created and up to date. And you have to create that template.py file where everything is added as per your template, means whatever I'm going to add in my directory system, the structure, folder structure, right? You know your folder structure, accordingly you have to design over here. It's an array of comments. You can see it's the array, right? It's a list. It's a list of files. Okay. Inside the list of file, you have to add whatever you require, right? And once you added all the things, then you have to create a directory dynamically, and you have to handle if there is file already exist or not. This kind of things you have to handle. Once you handle, then you have to create Python template.py, and then it will create all of the things. And I also adding all the steps. You can see it coming m, that means modified. I have to change something over here, and that is the bash command init setup.sh, and your source control is over there. You can add these things, so it will nicely added in your GitHub repository with your code space, right? This is environment. You can write your code, you can manage all the things over there. Okay, so this is the first thing that I'm going to use, that web folder structure, the file folder directory I'm going to create over here. Okay, I hope you can understand these steps and this process. So if you're going to change, if you're going to add new things, so you can add over here, accordingly it will be work. Okay. So that is the reason hard coding thing I'm not going to add. I'm not going to prefer in the machine learning stuff, machine learning project, right? You just add all of the things in your folder, in your file. Like tomorrow I'm going to change something. I'm going to add new things, right? You will add and inside this comment, inside the list of files, and it will add over here. You have to explore more, na? You have to understood. You have to just explore all the things so you can understood. So I just trying to add all of the concept with you. Okay. So this is, I hope, the new concept, and in this concept, if you work, then everything you can manage. The project will be in your control, right? So you can understand that process. You can understand how the things are working. Okay. So it's a boilerplate template. It's a bare minimal concept. Boilerplate means something is means you have created some framework, right? So in the framework, some like you have created the React.js project or Python Flask project, right? So if you install the bundler or boilerplate, so some new packages, some new files will be predefined that can be installed over here, right? So this is the thing that I've added. Okay. Most of the email project, yes, most of the email project you can do with the same stuff. Okay, email deep learning project, but some new changes will be coming. That is different, and accordingly your business case and whatever project you are going to add, that will be changing. Okay, but most of the things you can say the structure mostly same, but you can to handle all of the things if your new changes coming all of the things. So mostly I cover that email flows. Obviously, it is there. Email ops, email flows. I cover AWS services. How can you deploy the process? So everything you can add. Okay, in these steps. So you can see this is a environment. All of the environment is there, and this kind of coding I can say this is a modular coding. Okay, so I just add. This is the modular coding, the reusable components. So this is modular structure coding and reusable components. Okay, okay, you can understood. And the benefits is that it's your control, and you can manage that scalability, and you can manage the scalability of your application. Okay, that is the reason this type of folder structure I'm going to add. So repeatedly I'm going to add the same thing, but we have to understand the concept, and that is the reason I've added all the things. You can see user folder, your package, your module is there. Okay. So you have the folder, you have the package and folder, also called the package. All the things are here, right? So this is the module and module.py. So module is there. Like I'm adding these things. So you can write this way also, module.py. Okay. So like test.py. Okay. Or template. Sorry, template. So you can see, right, in the template setup, all of the things are showing, right? Not module.py. This is the modules. Of the modules you can you can add to the template.py file, right? So you have different folder structure, you have different files file structure. You have to add all the things, okay, in this way. And you can add you can add the pandas, you can add pandas, sklearn, all the libraries over there, right, in this folder structure, right? Requirement.txt will add all of the things. So this is very distributed, and you can see scalable structure, the scalable architecture of the ML projects, right? So this kind of folder structure you have to maintain in your real case scenario. So everything you can add, everything you can manage and reuse as a reusable component. Okay. So once new things will come, that you can changes very quickly. Okay, and that will be affected. Okay. So that is the reason this kind of folder structure I am going to prepare. And like there are different kind of files. Like if you want some kind of new the artifacts, you can the library, the bundler you can add. So you can easily add over here this kind of project, right? So this is the structure of the scalable project, the machine learning architecture. The scalability you have to maintain. Okay. And also like if required many because we require Flask, we have also configure the Flask web application over there, so many things are involved. So that is the reason I'm going to create this kind of project structure, so it can help you. So if you have any doubt, please let me know, and then I will go to the next topic over here. Okay. So as of now, the bare minimal architecture is present, but only folder and files are creating, but there is no content over there. So that content I will add, and that will be adding so one by one, so you can understood the process, the step. Yes, the project I already be there, so I just created the scratch, so you can understood the process. Okay, and this is very new kind of things. You can see this kind of project structure you have to use in your real world case scenario. My topic is very simple, the diamond price prediction. Okay, but main thing is that how we can create these projects. Okay, instead of like normal Jupyter notebook and machine learning algorithm, right? So you have to create the web application. That is the reason it's called the end-to-end process. Like you have to use the TensorFlow project, you have to create the scikit-learn, you have to use some pandas, you have to use NumPy, Matplotlib. There are so many libraries, right? So these libraries, all of the things we have to manage at a one glance, because today I am going to create pandas. Tomorrow it can be changed to other libraries. It can be changed or it requires some kind of, you can say Plotly, the graph visualization part. You can use the Matplotlib. So these kind of things we have to handle, okay, in this project. How we are going to create, how we are going to create separate folder structure. Like you can see in my SRC folder, you can see the components, okay. So data ingestion, one separate file, okay, and I'll call this file one whatever is required. So it is reusable. You have model tner.py, you have data transformation.py file, okay. So whenever the data transformation coding I'm right, I just add over here and I will reuse it. And this is the init.py file, right? And you have the pipelines and also the prediction pipeline. I'm going to create the pipeline. I have to create the training pipeline. So many things I have created that initialized the script, but there is no content. And also you can see the the utility. You can also see the exception, the logging, everything will be handled. You can handle your exception. You can capture your log. So many things are involved in this project, right? So that is the reason this is called the scalable project architecture. And in this scalable project architecture, you can scale your project as per your needs. Okay, so you no need to means it's totally OOPS concept. So object oriented programming concept that we are going to add it over here. So it will be helpful in your project. So any kind of project, this kind of process, if you follow, if you structurized in your project, then it will helpful. Okay. So you can see components, pipeline, everything I'm going to add it. And one by one, I will add. Once the new projects on the session is going on, then I will add all of the things. There is no new things over here, but the structure and this very planfully I have created these things. So it will be helpful. Okay. Yes, so like you are using the pandas, but I will use something different, and anyone use something different packages. So then you can easily replace these things. That is the reason I'm going to add all of the things. Okay. So if you're going to write NumPy, so what you write pip install NumPy. I'm going to add pandas. What I'm going to write pip install the pandas, right? So manually, this is one by one I will write and add. So instead of that, the coding architecture should be some file structure, right? Some file will be there. So it will be scalable. So I'll scale this project. And in the I hope it's understand. You can understood. And the next video I'm going to add the scalability part. Okay, just structure is ready. Now I'm going to the next video, I'm going to add one by one this setup. Okay, so how we can going to create all of the things. I hope you can enjoy the session. I hope that you have learned something new. If you have any questions, any doubt, so please let me know. So it will be helpful for me. Before going to complete that, one thing I have to mention, like I have the requirement.txt, right? Like you have pandas, that I'm going to add also be there, like requirement, like pandas is required, numpy is required. Okay, so this way you can add all of the dependencies. Okay. Now next important thing that also I cover in this session. I thought that I will cover in the next session, but this is also, we cannot ignore these things. We have to add all the things. So you can see that setup.py file. Na? So I will add something in the setup.py. Just a minute. This is my setup.py file is there. Just copy. Just a minute. Go. Sorry, my system. Yes, yes. So you can see your packages. You can copy this line and just add over here setup.py file. So here uh, you have to set up. So what I'm going to do, I am going to import the file packages and setup and from the list. So these two modules I'm going to add, and then you have to requirements. So one by one by default requirement is empty, and it will open the requirement, na? So it will add that like scikit-learn, pandas, numpy, whatever the install requirement is there, and you also add these things. Okay. Yeah. So you can understood it. Setup.py. And now I am adding the setup.py file. Okay. Just coming. And your 1 minute. I hope you can understood, right? You can enjoy the session very well. And this is your setup.py file that you have to add. Just a minute. Add this thing, okay? And copy and paste. Then you can write setup.py. Okay. This file also required in our project purpose, and it is created also already, right? So just go in the requirement.txt, like I require pandas, I require scikit-learn, also require numpy. Okay. So you have manually added this thing, right? So instead of that, you also create this kind of things. Just remove 1 minute. You have to remove this. Now I will add pandas. So in the requirement files, everything will be installed. I'll remove these things and I'll install from the scratch, so we can get it properly. Scikit-learn, and also your numpy. It's 3 modules. Okay, you have to add and then remove these things, delete it. No issue. You have to remove this environment file. You have to exit from the environment. So write your editor. You have the terminal. You have to take the new terminal. Okay. Now just write bash and your init underscore setup dot sh. Yeah. So everything is there, is installing. You can see the dependencies are going to install, right? All the dependencies packages is going to install over there. So I hope you can understood. So also you can create as many times, no issues. Okay, it will be going to install, and then you have to activate the source. Right, I'm adding these things. Also, I have to check this thing 1 minute. Not setup and go to your initial setup. Yes, so to activate source, activate this command, add allow. Yes, source activate can be. Yes, so it will be activating. Just source activate. Why is I'm adding? Why? 1 minute. 1 minute. Where I'll write instead of copy paste. Source activate dot env. Okay, it will be activated. So all of the things are installing over here. Okay, at a one glance, yeah, you can remove, you can manage, you can uninstall, install, and you can, because everything is your in script, right? So everything you can installing over here. So with the help of this command, I hope in this way you can write all the things. Okay, I uninstall this and I'm installing this. So every time it will be adding. And this is the environment, the virtual environment is created. You can see this is the setup file. From this setup file, I will add all the things. And this is the setup.py. You understood, right? The concept behind that. You can see, you can install your dependencies also over there. All the dependencies you can install it, right? There is, and also you can see the pip list, your dependencies, that how much many dependencies are available in the pip with the help of pip command that you can also adding. Okay. Is there any problem? I repeatedly ask this question. So if you have any questions, so please let me know so we can understood. Or if you have any doubts, so please let me know in your comment section so I can address this concern. And I hope you can learn something new. And this is the some new process or new technique that I'm going to use in the end-to-end machine learning projects. Okay. And you can see the scikit-learn, P, Pandas, NumPy, everything is available in your pip. Okay, you have to install it with the help of requirement.txt. So requirement.txt, you can see it's a wrapper. Inside one wrapper, any packages you are going to add. Okay, so a requirement.txt, I can say it's a package. I can say it's a wrapper require requirements dot txt where you can add all dependencies and then you can run it, then all dependencies will be installed. Okay, so that is very new things. And also we can manage all the requirements, right? Instead of writing line by line, we can add on one file, right? And we can manage all the dependencies. Now you can see, so this is our setup.file, right? So the name of the project is Diamond Price Prediction, and this the version is 0.01. Author is I am the author. So you can add your name, author email, you can add your email, and install requirement. There's scikit-learn pandas numpy. And you also see that environment is created, na? And in the git ignore, also that environment is ignored, right? So it not be adding over there. So environment file, I'm not going to, that is the utility of git ignore. Whatever the files you are not required, what you are not required or you not want to add in your projects. So please add these files in your git ignore file. Okay, add these folders or files name, so it will ignore while checking, right? It will never come. You can see that I have installed this from the scratch, right? And I have ignored all the things. So that's the reason env is not coming, right? Env is not coming. Any questions as of now? Or if you have any questions, so please let me know. Now I'm just going to understand the setup file, right? And this setup file is your package or project name. You can see the version 0.0.1 and author name, that your name, that I already discussed these things, right? And your packages, that is find package. If you add these find packages, right? So packages you have to import from setup tools, you have to import the find packages and also setup. Yes, that is fine. So setup.py is required. Okay. And you can see it's showing some kind of deactivate process, right? It's not highlighting because the env file, the folder is not highlighting, right? Because in the git ignore, I'm not adding that I have ignored this env folder. Okay, so that is the reason it's not coming, that I already mentioned. And also the same thing I repeated once again, so you can understood all the steps, all the process, and it will create a good applications, and that is the industry standard that we have to follow, right? Any questions, any doubts? So please let me know. So we can otherwise we have to wrap the session. So if you have any doubt, anything, any questions? Is a source. This is a command. Source activate DNB, right? P list, yes, yes. P list, you can see the this is a P list, P packages. Okay. So which is my local packages? SRC is my local packages, right? SRC folder. Yes, yes. You can see the local packages is there, right? And inside the diamond price prediction, there are different folder structure that I've created. Can you see diamond price prediction is there? No, right? So this package also be listed. Python, just a minute. I'm just adding this comment. So you can see, is there any diamond price prediction listing is there? No, na? So that comment I have to add setup.py. So I'm just writing over here. To add the packages in your pip list. SRC is your local package. And inside the SRC, you have the diamond price prediction. Prediction, right? So you have to run one command, python setup.py, and you have to install, right? Install. You have to install the local packages, right? And you can see finished process dependency for diamond price prediction 0.0.1. So add these things, obviously be there, and go with python setup.py and install. So I have configured the local packages, obviously, right? So your package name also be there, and you can see your finished processing dependency for diamond price prediction. So whatever the diamond price predictions dependency are there, right? That I'm going to add. And if you write the pip list, right? You can write pip list, and you can see the diamond price prediction. Earlier it was not there. So diamond price prediction 0.0.1 that is coming. Okay. So I hope you can understood. You have to configure your local packages also, right? So that is the reason I added the setup.py file, and help of the setup.py file, I have added all the things. Oh, and your pip list, it is also available in the diamond price prediction. Okay. It's your own package. It is your own package, right? So I will add this line, add these two lines in the step-by-step process. So in the step-by-step.txt, you can also add these two lines. So it will be adding. Okay. And why I'm going to create these things? Because you can see it will create one diamond price prediction dot egg info, right? And build these comments are there, right? The folder structure is there, right? So I can use these things in the future reference. That means once the package will be creating, na, this package I will add to my PyPy repository, right? And from the PyPy repository, you can download this package, okay? Like Docker. So Docker Hub. So any Docker images, you can push the Docker Hub and then you can download from the Docker Hub. Same thing, pypy.org, right? I hope this is that repository, global repository where I can add. Just a minute. I'll add pypy. Uh, pypy. ORG, official documentation. Yes. So this is the yes, PyPy. This is the PyPy repository, right? Here you can search your project, right? If I'm like there are many projects, okay, and you can see there are many releases, many files, many users. So you have to log in with your PyPy repository, right? And if you configure successfully, na, so if you search something and it will be, you can see your packages. So that's the reason we can configure these things, okay? So that is the reason that I am adding all the things over here, okay? I hope you can understood and you can see once you have configured the dependencies. So these steps I'll show you later. So how can we configure this thing? So as of now, this folder structure is not needed as of means this build time is not required. So I'm deleting these things and I want yes, you can delete it, not required. You can create, na? You can see that Python and setup.py it will create, no issue. So comment is there, and I also mention. So everything you can see is there, and make sure that env is not list. It is listing in the git ignore, so it will not be checked in. And I have to check this comment I have added. So Python setup.py. Once you run this command, so every packages will be installed. And you can see the diamond price prediction is coming under the pip list, right? So it will configure in this way. Just clear your screen. And you also see the pip list and diamond price prediction is there. You can also uninstall you can also uninstall your PIP diamond price prediction via, you can see that PIP uninstall. This is the command that I'm going to add. Just copy this thing and add over here. Okay, so write this comment, it will be removed from your PIP list. Okay, just clear the screen and you can add this comment, PIP uninstall diamond price prediction, and can hit yes. So would you remove? Yes. So successfully uninstalled your, you can see successfully uninstalled my diamond price prediction over here. Okay, and now if you go and write the PIP list, it will never show. Okay, because you have uninstalled it properly. So write PIP list and you can see your local package diamond price prediction is not there. So you have to, that is the reason the utility of the setup.py. Why I'm going to create. You can ship this package, you can update this package in the PyPy repository and you can get all the things, your projects, right? So I'll do it later, but right now not. I'm not currently not doing these stuff. I just make one overview of the project setup in this session, especially, right? That is the reason I'm not going to add all the things, but I am creating the concept on your mind so you can understood it properly, right? That is the reason. So I will add the step-by-step process. So you can see requirement.txt, you can add over here, you can add by the setup.py, everything is there. You can going to install properly and it can hire some script, only some script. No need to require manual process, right? I am not going to create anything in manually, right? So this process you can add. So PIP list, then it will remove, then it will never come in your PIP comment, PIP list comment, right? Just write this thing so you can understood it properly. You can you cannot find out any comment, any packages over there because it is in uninstalled. If you want to install the same comment, just go requirement.txt, one new things that I will add. .t, okay. So you can add. E means editable and dot means all. And then you can write pip install. You can write cln and just adding this thing 15 minus e dot, so we can edit and add all. Dot means all here, okay. You just write e minus e and dot, then you can add this installation part like pip install. I just write this comment, so pip install. Yes, I'll cover that. That is the reason I'm not going to end the session. This part is also required. In the one session, all of the things is there. Then one by one, I will add the next steps. Okay, but this is all coming under the setup process of your repository. That is the reason I'm add these things. Okay, and write requirements dot txt. Okay, you can just write pip install and minus r requirement.txt. You can see is ready and successfully installed. Okay, now you understood why I'm going to add minus e and in. and minus E and dot, and you can see diamond price prediction is installed over here again. Okay, without these things it will never come, right? And next what I will do, I will just check it with the pip list, and you can see it will coming the diamond price prediction folder path also be there. Okay, you can see it is there, diamond price prediction.eg info. Okay, here I am not going to install anything in my local system. Everything is a virtual environment. Okay, and GitHub has provided. You are not going to add in that AWS. But in this demo, I'll show you how we can manage. I can use the AWS App Runner service. This particular project I will deploy in the AWS App Runner. Okay, that not the case. That I will show one by one. That is the next last stage. Okay, the deployment stuff. So first stage is that we have to configure it. Okay, you understood up to this step. I hope you can your doubts and clear all of the things, right? Everything is in your hand. Okay, with the help of some comments. So just copy and the things, and I hope that step by step TXT after 14. Yes, I have to add this two line. So it will be demonstrated over there. Okay. So this is the another way you can another way we can mention, we can add your requirement. Another way you can mention your you just write not here. It's my bad. 1 minute. 1 minute. Just I'm going to write this line. So yes. So another way you can mention dot in your requirement file, in your requirements file you can run your file and you can run. Okay, you can run. Okay. So this is the command that I'm going to add also in that readme.md. Okay, and just add these things. So it will take some minutes, or it will add. Okay. Just add to what, so it will not be bigger font. Okay. Add out of them. Yes. I hope I have done as of now. And everything is done. So I'll commit all the changes. Commit my changes for the bare minimal concept. Bare minimal concept. And you can commit it just yes. You can sync your changes. Okay. Okay. And just refresh it. Okay. So everything is added. You can see everything is added in your project folder, right? Next demo or next session, I will add everything, means that folder stuff, and inside the file, whatever I'm going to write, all the things that I'm going to add. But as of now, you can understood this is your project structure and scalable project structure that I can say. Okay. I hope you can enjoy the session and you can learn something new. If you have any doubt, please let me know. And if you like my channel, then please subscribe it also, share it also. The new learning that I'm going to add in my YouTube channel. So everyone can learn the new things. And in this way, we can learn and grow together. Share is the only one way that we can learn. And I'm going to wrap up the session. If you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment box and we'll definitely address the concern. Thank you everyone for joining the session. Next demo, I'm going to add new things. So as of now, we are done. Thank you everyone. Thank you. And please subscribe my channel. Please subscribe my channel. In this way, we can learn and grow together. Thanks you everyone.